Warning: the following content contains language that may be inappropriate for younger viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome to the Let's Get Heavy podcast, where we explore the realms of heavy music and have conversations with some of the most talented bands in the genre. This episode, I'm joined by goth metal band known as Dying Addiction, where we delve into the band's origins, future plans for tours and EPs, and of course, the Geordie Challenge returns. So without further ado, let's get heavy. So, I want to welcome you all to Get Heavy UK. Thank you very much for giving up your free evening to sit and chat with us.
No, thanks.
First of all, how is everyone doing?
Doing good.
Doing good?
I'm doing great. Evie's giving me her illness.
I'm hanging on.
Yeah, me and Steph are staying clear of the illness.
Right now, yeah, they've got some lurgy, which is why we decided we were all gonna be together tonight, around mine, and just spend the night together anyway. But then we have a gig coming up, so we're trying to contain it as much as possible, so that we all don't get it at the wrong time.
I'm getting better.
I'm getting worse. Thank you.
Well, if you cannot share with your bandmates, who can you share with, right, Evie?
Yeah, exactly.
As long as the vocals are fine, remember? That's
the thing. That's why I'm so cagey about it, because I'm like, the things hang on when I get them as well, and I can't have anything for this big one we have coming up. So I'm like, stay away from me.
So Evie, Chloe, I hope you both feel better really soon, and I hope you're getting ready for that gig that's due up soon. So we do have Steph, Evie, Chloe, and Sophie from Dying Addiction. I'm very looking forward to chatting with you guys, because the two songs that I've heard so far, absolute banging tracks. So let's kind of start from the beginning. So how did the band Dying Addiction come together?
Do you want to get that one out, Chloe, maybe?
Yeah. Well, I had been in previous bands, but I'd always wanted to be in an all-girl band. Like, I always loved Kitty and Girl School and Joan Jett and all that sort of stuff. But I didn't realise how hard it was to find, female musicians, especially in, this scene and everything. So I kind of held off and just been in these bands to get me by. And then I met Sophie, and it was the first time she was at my house, and I sat with her and I was like, would you ever want to be in a band? She was like, yes. And so I basically said, I was like, well, I want to start an all-girl band, and I want to call it Dying Addiction. Is that all good? We kind of had the plan there. Then straight after that, we went on Facebook, of all places, and went on every single West Midlands music group we possibly could and put out loads of ads. And it wasn't too long into us having those ads that we stumbled across Steph, who had put a post out saying that she was a female, rock and metal vocalist. And so we just thought, wow, this is absolutely perfect. It's meant to be. And then obviously Evie joined us later on. We had a lot of bumps in the road when it came to finding our official members, but it didn't take us too long. But yeah, that was pretty much our origin story.
So I joined a month after you started it. I think a month or 2 months.
Yeah.
It was October pretty much for us three, me and Chloe and Soph. But then Evie was only December, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was late December.
Yeah.
So band is still relatively fresh, still new. What was it? Late 2022, would you say? Or was that 23?
23.
Wow.
Officially, I think it's 29th of September 23.
Yeah,
so we've just gone over a year. We just had our year anniversary. So.
That's pretty sick.
That's still babies though, really, in the terms of as a band.
But in that short time, you've achieved quite a bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're getting gigs out there.
Lucky.
Yeah, you're getting gigs out there. your music's out there. You're looking on Spotify and YouTube. You're getting lots of listens and players, etc. Everything just absolutely fantastic what you're doing at the minute, honestly. It's good to see. So, what were the musical influences and inspirations when you first started the band?
So we're trying to do that period that we call like more goth, which is like technically it was like a derogatory term for like people that dress goth but were posers, but they listened to more of like the metal side. So bands like that were a snapshot of that time is like Kitty, Marilyn Manson, but then it also incorporates like new metal such as like Korn and Linkin Park and stuff like that. But then also some goth influences like Typo Negative as well. But again, it's very much part of that 90s metal, like late 90s, early 2000s metal scene. So that's always been like the core goal. Like we do incorporate elements of other stuff for sure. Like Evie's like main love is like metalcore, and Soph loves emo. So there's like bits of that are playing in. Like you'll hear it in Evie's drumming and stuff like that, and like some of Sophie's writing. But like at its core, that's what like we've always wanted it to be, is like that bit.
Maybe there's a little bit of Wednesday 13 vibes as well.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely love Wednesday 13. Absolutely sick.
Wednesday 13, Murder Dolls, all of it.
Yes, Murder Dolls. I can't wait. I know we're getting slightly off topic, but I can't wait to see Wednesday 13 when he does that Murder Dolls performance.
Are you going? I'm going to.
I'm going.
It seems so
I want to go, but I didn't want to go alone.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm going to the Newcastle one, of course.
Yeah.
It's going to be mint. It's going to be mint.
Yeah,
He's an absolute legend. He was sick at Bloodstock, to be honest with you. Just his theatrics and his stage presence is something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can you describe the band's songwriting process? How do you come up with ideas for lyrics and the music?
It all really starts with Chloe, doesn't it?
Yeah, I am just constantly writing, to be fair. I could never write before until someone told me that I couldn't write. And then I was like, it was kind of a, well, if you said I can't, then I will.
Prove them wrong sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I sat there and I was with Sophie and I just kind of messed around. And that's how I wrote Arachne pretty much in a day. Wrote our first song. And then after that, it just kind of flowed. It's mainly just me sitting in my bedroom and it's like I'll hear a song or I'll hear a band and some reason this one riff will just play over and over in my head. And then I have to play it on guitar. And then I can just sit there, have that riff and turn it into a whole song. Usually I then like present that to the band or record it or play it in rehearsal and we all just kind of build on top of it. But it's good because usually I'll play it and we're all on the same page. Pretty much always on the same page.
Yeah, we literally all just like get it. I don't know.
And that's how we get songs done so quick. Obviously it takes a while to like perfect them, but in terms of getting the structure of it, because we're all on the same page, it goes so smooth. And I think I really like that about songwriting and especially like our style of writing.
Yeah, like we got one of our songs done in like a 2-hour rehearsal because we all, like jammed and then we just made a song.
Oh my god, yeah, Mortem, which is our most like goth song. It's very like, it's almost like Sisters of Mercy on the way too, because like we wanted to make at least one like that for the project that we're on now. And it was weird how like Chloe sent a video like I think one day and then the next day we had a rehearsal and then we all just sat in there and we just all started like jamming our own stuff along to it and it was pretty much just done in like an hour and we were like, obviously we've built on it and like made it better, but the actual core song was pretty much just done all in one. And that like it was weird.
That's pretty sick. So yeah, sorry, I lost my complete train of thought there. What I was going to say. So as you've slightly just touched on, well, that's a song that sounds a bit like System. What was that song name again?
That's Mortem. So
that's
Mortem. It'll be on the EP that's coming out next.
Well, yeah, right. I was just about to ask what we've got a project coming up soon, but well, that's coming up shortly for that question. So we have got 2 song official released, which is, if I'm pronouncing it correct, is Arachne. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
And Clown, which is more recent. Both are, like I've said, quite a bit, that they are both banging tracks. Arachne, which is showing that more typo style, of course, but then Clown, which goes into more corn, which is a lot heavier, in my opinion. We featured both tracks on our Twitch channel, which I believe some of you were there. Absolutely sick, especially Clown. I was not expecting the fork in the eye. I mean, Steph emailed and pre-warned us about some like shock, but I wasn't waiting for. I wasn't ready for that.
Sorry, there's only so much I can prepare really, but yeah, it's because like one of the elements of like we were talking about shock rock and like the Marilyn Manson and the Wednesday 13 kind of thing, we like to incorporate like loads of horror and loads of like really gnarly stuff like to go with it. So like all the like the artwork for Clown and all the promo and the video and whatever is all like that.
You certainly achieved it. I wasn't expecting it. So can you tell us about the first song, Arachne? Tell us about that. What's the process? What's the lyrics, inspirations behind this track?
So like as Chloe said, it always starts like she basically writes all of the guitar first, essentially. She might send like little bits first, but then eventually it'll all end up being like a video playthrough of a whole thing, and then that's when like Chloe and Evie and me will like okay, that's really good, and then we'll start to like make our own parts. So everyone literally does their own parts for every song. And then I don't know how it specifically ended up being like Spider, but like because the song was really, really goth, I was like I was definitely already going down spooky imagery kind of route. And then at the same time as like thinking of like the idea of like a spider, but it's also kind of about like somebody that gets in your head and like, you know, sort of crawls in your thoughts and then makes you think that like, I don't know, like you're not good enough and things like that. So there is like a deeper meaning to it. But it kind of, at the same time I was deciding that, we thought of like, oh, how cool would it be to have a project that's all like every song is a different fear. So that's how like you will notice more when like the EP's out, but each song is like a traditional like fear. So Arachne is like fear of spiders, Clown fear of clowns essentially, and then so on. But yeah, I don't know how exactly we ended up on Spider first, but yeah, all the songs have like this kind of this like character at the forefront. So that'll be the actual fear, but then there's always like sort of something more going on, you know.
I like that. That's different. I like that. Working on like having 4 different types of fear. I'm interested in what the other 2's going to be then.
Oh, there's 3 more.
Oh, 3 more. Oh, right.
Yeah. I can let you in on it. It's like because we already play them at gigs and stuff. It's not like they're not huge or anything. We have like Mortem, which is the very like
which is what the Sister Mercy one is. They said
Gothic one, which is like fear of death. There's also Lacerate, which is fear of blood, and then there's also Altitude, and that's fear of like heights.
Right.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And they'll all be, all the 3 that I mentioned, they'll all be coming on the EP. So we're grouping everything together on an EP.
Very interesting. I'm looking forward to that. That's for sure. Sounds like a mind-boggling good time. So lyric-wise then for Arachne, what's the inspirations for the lyrics? Obviously I know we're going like for fear and spiders. Any other themes in there? Yeah,
so like all the I always like to include a lot of
and bless you by the way, Evie.
Thank you.
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry, babe.
I tried to hide it.
So like so I always like to use, obviously as we would, because we're a gothic metal band, whatever you want to call it, but I always start off with like using like lots of spooky imagery. So I start with the idea of a spider, and then I'm like, okay, so what do they do, and then what do they look like, and then what's sort of like the imagery of it, expand that, but then I'll also like think of a concept behind it, and that's kind of always like an emotional thing. So that's definitely come from like past experiences, like things I may have been through in relationships or whatever it is, or just insecurities. It could be anything. And then I'll find a way to like blend the 2 together. so it's not like so obvious, you know, it's not like me on this, because that would be a bit uncomfortable if I was going like outright, oh, so I suffered with this. It's like, it's a cool way of me like sort of releasing some past experiences and stuff, but under like really nice like imagery that we all love, you know, and like, so it's not just stuff that maybe I've been through, like might be like the girls have told me, one of the girls have said that, you know, they're struggling with something, and then not in an obvious way, but I'll construct it into a song, you know, because I think it's a healthy way to deal with things like that.
Try and put a positive spin on things.
Yeah,
Help.
in an arty way.
Yeah, it's how a lot of people deal with stuff. So 100%. Yeah, with you there. So how do you typically create a song then? Do you all get in a room together and jam it out first, or do you pass music backwards and forwards, record in your own time?
We all kind of just sit in a room together. Obviously, Chloe will start it off with a riff
Yeah.
or a whole structure of a song. And then she'll bring it into a rehearsal, and we'll dedicate maybe half an hour to an hour working on that song. Usually it will go guitar, maybe drums, maybe bass, then vocals last, but the vocals and the lyrics are already kind of written.
Mhm.
But it really depends on who comes up with the ideas next. So, for example, with a song that we're working on now, Chloe obviously started it off, and then Evie like immediately got the drums for it and was like, no, let me do it right now. We mostly just get together and jam it out together, or sometimes Chloe would just send the whole thing and we'll work behind the scenes and then bring it all together in a rehearsal. But yeah.
Mhm.
So are you a kind of a do-it-yourself style band as well? Do you record, mix, master everything yourselves?
We like to stay organic with it, so we'll always work with someone that we're very close to or someone that we do trust. Like, for example, now we work with Lewis, which he's also in a band, and we're good friends with him. We like to help and promote other bands and other small producers to make sure that they're also getting a platform. But yeah, we like to stay organic with it and choose people that we know we can trust rather than just going to any old producer. We know that people that we're friends with can do the job, basically.
Respect for doing that, Chloe, because that's pretty much how I discovered Dying Addiction, through the 7-Year War interview that I did. After speaking with them, that's how I discovered Dying Addiction. Because you come up on the people I may know through Instagram, so I was like, who's this?
Yeah.
Let's check them out. Do you know what I mean? So respect for doing that, because there's not enough bands who push each other. Do you know what I mean? It's community after all. The underground scene, we've got to push each other. We've got to take each other to new heights, sort of thing. So
yeah,
that's
100%.
with a lot of our stuff, isn't it? Is like, because there's a big network of other bands in the Midlands. Like, you know, we found, you know, our like not every time, but our like videographer through like playing a gig with a band that they're in. I think it's maybe they, but and then like the reason that we found like Lewis, who produces our stuff now, who's like just starting his own like, you know, company up to record and produce artists, but then he's also in Nameless, which are an incredible band in our scene, like, and quite a similar style to us as well. They're like the boy Dying Addiction, and we're like the we're kind of got like a fairly similar sound. So like by like playing gigs and just establishing in the scene, we've ended up knowing and connecting with loads of great people that can help us out with all sorts of stuff, really.
Have you ever thought about collabing with that band?
Would love to.
Oh, yeah,
Would love to.
They're so busy though. There's no time.
They've got an album coming out very, very soon, and then they're doing a tour for the album. So
everyone go and listen to Nameless's new album.
Nameless, there we go. See, look at that. Even in an interview, promoting other bands, absolute legends. So go and check out the Nameless guys if you're watching this back. But yeah, have you ever thought about doing like instead of doing like a live performance, doing a song together?
Would love to.
That would be amazing.
Especially if you've got the same sort of style. Maybe something quite easy to put into work. Get it into work now, ready for do like a Halloween charity song.
Yeah.
So all your bands, all the pair,
isn't it? Yeah, to get some collabs in.
Yeah.
like 2 full bands though doing like a full charity song around
That
Halloween,
would be very cool.
especially in your style and both being Gothic bands as well. I think that'd be pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Nameless, if you're watching this back, get on it.
Get on it.
Get on it like a fucking corb on it, as they say.
They're also a managed band, so sometimes that means that they don't get to necessarily always do what they want to do.
Fair enough.
It's a lot more complicated for managed bands to do things, whereas because we're still fully independent, we're like, we do whatever we want, and we're going to stay that way for as long as we possibly can, because we don't like to. We're a bit tenacious, aren't we, girls? We don't like to be told to do something.
I mean, sometimes personally, staying independent is normally the best way. That's just my opinion. But managements tend to have more connections. They can get you in front of do you know what I mean? So there is benefits to both, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? So it just depends on the route that you wish to take.
Yeah.
I've dealt with a few managers before, and the majority of the managers 95% of the managers I've dealt with have been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. There's so many benefits as well as, maybe cons, but at the moment we're quite free to sort of take on what we want, do what we want, because we're only a year old, aren't we? Saying, I mean, it's
so. How has the
point will have to be managed for sure? Like, there's no way we can probably stay by forever. Like, it's not gonna. For the meantime. Anyway.
Especially if you have both got work or uni, etc. Do you know what I mean? These take priorities. How can you juggle band life, recording, promoting on social media, looking for gigs on top of that as well? So
somehow I do that at the moment, and I don't know how.
Poor Evie, trying her hardest.
You could die. Babe. It's okay, you coughed that loud, they're cutting out, so.
It's quite alright. I can sort that out during during editing. Bless her. So yeah, what is the overall Wolverhampton scene like?
I think the scene's okay.
Yeah, it's very close with the Birmingham scene. So any band that's in Wolverhampton is usually a Birmingham band as well.
They kind of just cross over. Don't they?
Yeah, for sure. I do think it is very saturated. Like it's oversaturated with certain genres, and then oversaturated with like a certain specific sound or type of people. Like you'll find that there's a lot of college bands. Yeah, you'll find that there's a lot of college bands that last probably about like a year, 2 years. But there are some really good bands in Wolverhampton and Birmingham, obviously like Nameless, Cherry Dead, like they're all very good. And then obviously you get the few that are just trying to do it for a hobby, if you get what I mean, rather than something that's quite important.
But I think that's why we've done so well. It's because the scene's so oversaturated. We came out of the blue with our look helps us out a lot. In terms of the other bands, we have a very, very distinct look, and our sound is our own. So you couldn't really fully compare us to another band in the scene. And I do think that's how we grew so quick, but
so fast.
This is what
a little different.
This is it. Definitely couldn't agree more. And this is what me and Evie were slightly touching on before about hardcore bands. Because hardcore bands are insane at the minute. Like ever since Malevolence, everyone wants to be a hardcore band.
It's either hardcore punk or like a random Midwestern emo band. Like it's either those three.
Not so much that here in the northeast and Newcastle area.
We get a lot of that in Birmingham. A lot of punk.
It's a lot of hardcore, deathcore. Death metal.
Yeah.
I wish we had more deathcore. We have deathcore.
Yeah, that'd be great. We don't actually have a lot of that. I can't even think of one off the top of my head.
Not that's still properly going. No.
Suffer UK, but they're having some lineup changes at the minute. They're from the Birmingham area.
I know a lot of slam bands around Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely recommend Suffer UK. They're from the Wolverhampton area.
I was supposed to see them in Wolverhampton, but they cancelled their show.
Yeah, due to unforeseen circumstances, illnesses, etc. lineup changes. So yeah, they're having a bit of a shift around at the minute. So hopefully Suffolk UK will come back soon, because they were an absolute sick band. And if you like deathcore, if you want, that's the style of music that you want to see anyway, you'll absolutely love Suffolk UK. Especially that song Gas Man. Sick, man.
I shall listen to them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're fans of like Rick Mail, if you know who Rick Mail is.
Yeah.
What was that? Someone got overly excited there.
Yeah. I got really excited.
And to be fair, that's me when I normally hear Rick as well. So we've discussed Arachne. So let's hear some story. What's the story behind Clown? So obviously we know what Clown is relatively about.
Ooh.
The fear of clowns, but it's a lot heavier sound. It's obviously got that little news reporting at the beginning as well.
I think it's definitely our like weirdest song in the
Oh
band.
yeah. That's why we didn't add it to the EP. We released it as a single because it's just so out there compared to what we've written, that it just needed to be its own standalone song.
Definitely is. It's not like the others all in some way kind of like can be grouped, but Clown is just a thing of its own, man.
To be fair, all of our songs sound really different.
They do though.
Yeah.
That was a bad thing though.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like the underlying sound there as well. You know, always like you can always tell it's my vocal. You can always tell it's Chloe, and you know, like it sounds like us, but like it's like an exploration of styles, kind of like or everything we've done so far. But you know, I think that's quite interesting for people in the beginning because you know they're getting something completely different every song, like, but it's still under our like sound sort of thing. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely had that Korn vibe to it, which I absolutely loved.
Mm-hmm.
Korn was one of my first bands that I got in. Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit,
all like
Korn.
like they're definitely in all. I think I could say all of us have got them in our top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Like so that's why it's so prominent in that song. But like Chloe started with guitar as she always does, and then started playing it for us in rehearsal. And then we were like, this is really like, this is different. This is not like anything else. It's like kind of jumpy in a way. And it's like, I don't know. It's very, very new metal-y. It's almost a bit like Limp Bizkit-y sort of thing. And then that's when I went, like, I think this needs a rap instead. So it's like the first thing that I'd ever experimented with rap with instead of like just clean singing vocal and then some screams. And then like, Chloe was getting into like doing like backing vocals as well, and that's why I was like, do you know what, it'd be really, really cool if Chloe sang the chorus. So we kind of really changed things up a lot with that song. And I don't actually, one of you girls I don't know how we got to Clowns though. How did that happen?
I think it had like a very circus vibe when we were starting on it, and I think I remember when Chloe was at mine. And we were talking about the bass for it, and I did like a very dissonant bass line, and then we were like, and then Chloe was like, "That is so cool," and I was like, "It sounds very circusy, like obviously dissonance, like dissonance sounds like fucking horrible, like you listen to it and you're like, ugh, that's vile." And I think it just gave that really horrible circusy sound, like as if I don't know. I think that's what it was. That it was the whole circus thing about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you were trying to do as well. Yeah, I think that's what you were trying to do as well, Chloe, with the guitar, like very circusy, like.
Yeah, because we, when we started putting the song together, I remember saying to you guys that I wanted a drum and bass. Section, like just drum and bass. Because I like when there's a bit of emptiness in a song, when there's just like the two instruments and. Drums and bass, they aren't highlighted enough in songs, in my opinion. I'm not a bassist, but I love bass. And yeah, we were gonna keep it as just the dissonant bass and drums, but we were in a rehearsal. I think this is one of the best rehearsals we've done. Sophie and Evie were just playing and playing and playing, and then I thought like, oh, I'm just gonna mess around and add some guitar. So I started playing that riff with the pinch harmonics and everything, and I think we ended up going for about 2-3 minutes nearly. And so we were like, oh my god, we should add that into the song. And then we realized how long it was.
It was like
we were like, Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it was like 2
the
minutes.
bars to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was like an insane amount of bars. We couldn't even fathom it. And we kind of just said, oh, well, maybe we should just have like a 2 minute long instrumental section in our song because not many other people are doing that. And obviously we already had the news report at that point. So Steph had the idea to add it on to that bit as well.
Insane laughter after that.
Yeah.
I have so much fun every time we perform that. Just like I just have to convince myself that I'm actually insane to do that bit, and like actually just like let it take over.
I was just about to ask, do you do that news report live as well?
Yeah.
No.
It was fun recording it
You
as
know
well.
why? Because like when we wrote the song, we didn't have like the means to like put samples in our tracks live because we don't have anything behind us yet. We will do soon now that we have like kind of recorded, but we didn't have the means to put anything on. Everything that we want people to hear, we have to do it ourselves, sort of thing. So like Chloe was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to have like a thing that sounds like, you know, when you had that killer clown thing in the States, like, you know, 10 years ago, whatever it was, like, and like have this like lady going, oh my God, like there's clowns everywhere, like things like that. And then I was like, you know what? I think I could do that. I can do a decent, like, you know, just a girly American accent. And then because I had to do it so we could perform it live, I was just like, I'll just do it all the time and then on the track, and I still do it live now, like, because why not? Like, it throws people off. They're not expecting me to like go into like that weird voice, and
especially when it starts with such like the beastie riff, just like the boom, 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 and then all of a sudden you're coming in with like transatlantic news report. And then into rapping, and then into whatever the hell song.
And then fuck you.
That intro, I got Lordy vibes from it, if you remember Lordy.
Yeah,
I've got Lordy vibes with that news report.
Really interesting.
Because if you've listened to the Apocalypse album, they do a news report at the beginning of their album, and yes, just listen to the Apocalypse.
I've heard the specific one, the thing that you're talking about.
I will send it across once we're finished.
Someone compared it to what was it, Evie?
Ice Nine Kills.
Ice Nine Kills.
Ice Nine Kills, right?
I've always thought more Mortician. Like, I love Mortician.
Yeah,
and obviously in a lot of their songs, they have like their intros are taken from really, really old horror movies and stuff like that, like slasher movies. And they use that as like a sample. So I've always more thought about that. But then when people have started coming forward and saying all these different bands, I'm like, I didn't realise how common this was. Like, I didn't realise how many people did this sort of thing.
Ice Nine Kills
hear their own things.
Yeah, but it's all really, really different.
So, how was it? What was it like learning to rap, Steph?
Oh, like, yeah, I know. I don't even know what made me think I have the balls to do this, but like, I'm pretty open-minded. Like, I'm willing to try things, and then, you know, even if it's something I've never done before, I'd like to think, because they will. The girls will say like, "Oh, you sound like a dick. Like, it doesn't work for you." You know what I mean? Like, they'll set me straight and say, oh, "That doesn't sound like." Okay. I mean, they've never done it so far, and I'm hoping that it's not like. I'm hoping that you just think that I'm doing good at everything.
No, we just think you're amazing at everything.
We're very
We'd
honest,
tell you.
Steph, you know
You
that.
would, wouldn't you? You'd be like, oh, you know what? I don't think.
Yeah,
Steph, you know we're very honest. We're very honest to each
We're
other.
too honest.
You've got to be though, haven't you? Especially in a band.
Yeah.
There's no point of pulling people full of shit, and then you told me it sounded good, but everyone on the outside is saying it's shit.
Yeah, I always get very nervous about that. I think everybody's lying to me all the time. It's like I'll write a riff or I'll sing on a track, and I'm like, okay, I've got to ask you 10 times now.
Yeah, Chloe will come to me. Yeah, Chloe will always come to me.
I think every band feels like that, Chloe. I don't think it's just you.
Yeah, I don't think it's just me.
No, a lot of bands have that anxiety as well, so you're not the only one in that.
A little bit self-critical.
Yeah,
you've got to be a little bit.
Everyone is. 100%. You are the band itself. You are your own worst critic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same with this podcast. I'm the same with this, because when I got to watch this back, I cannot stand the sound of my own voice. Do you know what I mean? I'm listening to it back. I just cringe listening to myself.
Yeah, like when we were recording and when we get like live performances back, I never listen to it. Like especially when
hard, isn't it?
they're like, Sophie, do you want to listen? And I'm like, no, I don't.
It's hard, isn't it? It's
It's
difficult to
horrible.
listen to yourself.
I hate looking at it back. It's like I've done it. I don't need to think about it anymore.
Exactly. So yeah, Steph, you were telling us about your experience of learning rap.
Yeah, so like I mean, I've always appreciated and loved a lot of music that has rap in it. You know, mostly from my side, it's always been like the new metal element, you know. It's present in so much of the stuff that I grew up with, you know, like, you know, in my teens, because if you didn't know, I'm a lot older than the girls. They're like my babies. Like, there's a big age gap there. So like all the music that we're sort of like recreating the sound of, I kind of grew up with it. Whereas the girls have like gained their own appreciation for it like much later. But, you know, like I was actually there when it happened. But like it's always been like very like present in that sort of that style that I've loved. But then like my husband listens to like a lot of rap, you know, like mainly like the 90s sound, like the, you know, like the kind of NWA, like
yes,
sort of, yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, exactly. And then like so, I mean, like when I met my husband, I started having appreciation for that and like listening to more of that. So I think I just had like several like references to go off, and I'd listened to enough of it that I was like, you know, without any sort of like real training about it, I'd sort of like looked at the structure of how it's written. I was like, where do they put the rhymes? Like started to try and like analyze the flow a bit, but mainly on the metal side because like that was more applicable to us. But that's not to say that I didn't probably gain some bits from the traditional rap as well. And then literally I would just sit there and I was just going over and over, just like fitting like what works. So I'd write down like loads and loads of words that I wanted to be in the verses. And again, it's like all clown imagery. So there's like stupid amount of references to like horror clowns and all sorts of crap in there, like from like films I love. And then I was just like, how am I going to make it work? And then after just lots of like messing around, I was like, okay, I think this all works. And then it was just like practice, and it was really cute because my husband helped me out. He was just like, we would sit at home and he would listen to it and be like, I really like it, but like if you say this word, like instead of going da da, go da da, like this, like things like that, and just like finessing it, and then it just come to.
I was just about to ask, did your husband give you any other rap artists to try and help with some inspiration? Because I know you said he's into NWA. I can imagine Biggie Smalls, Tupac, that sort of vibe as well.
Yeah, all of exactly. Yeah,
the late 80s, early 90s.
Just have it on at home, and then he'd just point out like a particular bar and be like, did you hear like how he said that? You know, like how it was actually spaced out. And then I'd be like, yeah, that is really cool. And then, you know, some of them have probably ended up into the song.
If you're gonna continue
and giving it a go.
If you're gonna continue down that, maybe just have a look and listen to some Body Count. See, actually,
I actually love Body Count. I actually already know about Body Count.
Yeah, I had Ice-T. He incorporates rap and metal perfectly with Body Count.
Yeah.
So I would definitely give them a shout and a listen.
Yeah, I'll probably use references and like homework from Body Count definitely if we do any more rap songs.
And then yourself, Chloe, you took on a role of some vocals in there as well. How was that for you?
It was scary at first, really scary. I have always sung or whatever. I'm mainly, the thing is, before I started singing in the band, I love acoustic guitar and like soft acoustic songs. So I was used to singing that. And when you're singing on acoustic, you're singing very quiet. Steph had to teach me how to sing loud. And it was when we did our first, it was A Place for My Head by Linkin Park. That's when I had to sing for the first time on stage and I had choruses. And when I first started doing it, you couldn't hear me at all. You could have the mic all the way turned up and you could just about hear me over the instruments. So when it got to clown, I was a bit more confident. Needed to learn.
I mean, you're there now for sure. Like,
I'm there now.
You're
now I can do metal vocals and everything. I do them for some of our songs on Clown. our producer Lewis had the idea for when Steph does her screams in the chorus for me to add like gutturals underneath, and that was my first time like screaming on a track. So it was a lot of firsts for me. But I feel like now it's released and now I've done it how many times I have, I'm a lot more comfortable with it. And if Steph ever wanted me to in the future, I will be happy to sing on more tracks. But
that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Yes,
guitar will always be my main.
It's gotta be loud because myself, who's too chicken to get at the front because I'm an old man and got dodgy knees, I stand at the back, out the way of all those crazy people in the mosh pit, fighting to get my ass kicked. You see, that's how it is. So yes, please be very loud so I can hear when I'm standing at the back.
Yeah, I mean, it all started because like there's so many instances at the start where we wanted to do like a cover, because obviously we started with covers as everyone does to like discover your sound and, you know, or to just gel together. And then like it was like Linkin Park, so like that's so I forgot to mention that that was kind of when I started like even practicing rapping other people's stuff. And then we've done a bit of like Limp Bizkit, we've done probably something else as well, but like because obviously that's Chester and Mike, like there isn't enough time for me to get to vocals on the chorus that in any way that sounds good. And then I knew Chloe could sing. I knew it because I'd seen her videos, like I'd seen you posting acoustic stuff, and I was like, there's a voice there. And there's gonna be times when we're gonna need another vocalist of any shape, you know, just to do some other stuff, and it builds dimension in the song and stuff. So then that's why I was like, okay, you can sing. And sometimes.
I was just about to ask, on the 3 songs that are not released, is Evie or Chloe going to take up some vocals?
I'm
definitely not me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm on. Which one am I on? On the choir bit, I do a bit of choir.
Mortem, yeah.
So, I do a bit of choir, but that's really about.
Chloe and Soph are on Mortem doing some gorgeous like choir style vocals. I think in terms of like the main parts though, I think it's just my stuff now, isn't it? Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You're safe for now.
We're just waiting on the vocalist. That was the vocalist, isn't it? That was the last one.
Yeah.
See, everyone picks on the bassist and the drummers.
I know, everyone picks on the bassist.
Everyone picks on the bassist and the drummer, and yet singers, it's always struggling behind. not helping loading the gear, because all they've got.
I always help with gear.
All they've.
Steph really does help.
Steph
a whole PV XXL head on the train to Birmingham.
I dragged that shit around and it was so heavy.
That must just be the bands that are now, because I've seen them, so many of them just carry that microphone. Oh, my hands are full.
Oh no, I hate that.
My hands are full. I was like, what? Get in the fucking van.
Vocalists just think like, no, I'm just not gonna like. No, it's team effort.
I think it's like a bit of play on and jokes as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My hands are full. My microphone. Do you know what I mean? That's all I've got to worry about. But no, you not fancy trying vocals, Evie?
No, thank you.
Why not?
I can't sing.
With this like deep voice that you've got, with not feeling too well, it could work. You never know.
Well, she might not be able to sing, but you should see her play Crazy Train.
Oh, I'm sick of Crazy Train on guitar.
See her play Crazy Train on guitar.
I'm absolutely.
Watch you play Crazy Train.
I'm amazing. I'm coming for your role, Chloe.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
You should do that. You should do a switch. Just Chloe take on drums.
Let's not do that.
Don't put me on drums.
No.
I don't think Chloe has the coordination to play drums.
No, I don't.
Just go bongos.
I can just about walk through a door. Like I don't even know what I'd do with a drum kit.
And bear in mind, you can't walk in a straight line either.
Oi.
Boom. Burn. Mic drop. Someone needs some aloe vera because you just got burned.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
Can you tell?
I was going to say, yeah. It's San Francisco Bridge. I was playing around with a sentence.
2 days. What are you doing?
How sweet would that be? Just press the button and just
I am ill.
teleport.
I thought you were ill, not on holiday.
I'm in space now.
Oh, look at that.
I'm feeling coarse.
Oh, it's me. I'm green.
Yeah, done. A lot of grass there.
You blend in.
So I'm blending.
It doesn't,
Don't,
it
because
doesn't help with the camouflage.
why can I hear the cogs turn in Chloe's head, thinking of more nicknames?
I'm thinking so much. So much.
That's kidding. Oh, sorry, I'm dying. So, get back on the topic. So, how do you balance the dark and atmospheric elements of Gothic metal with your own unique sound?
I think that's a Sophie question.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I just breathe emo, I think. Like, without sounding like I'm trying to be, like, trying to quote something from 2013 or something. But, I don't know. I feel like I understand how the bass lines go in goth songs, for example, and then I also understand how they go in nu metal. So I try and incorporate them both. So you'll find in goth, it's mostly like root notes and whatnot. And then I try and pick it up with just doing extra bass fills like I did in Clown. But with the emo stuff, the bass is very prominent in emo. So I think with Clown, with the drum and bass bit, it adds that very much the emo vibes when a lot of it is carried by bass. And I think that's how I kind of merged it together. I tried to incorporate the nu metal with the emo, but also keep it quite gothic with Mortem. And with one of our newer songs, I have a little bass section, and I try to keep it gothic to keep with the vibes of the song, but also make sure it still has those emo elements, because I've got to keep it there. Do you know what I mean? I can't not have the emo.
That's what I was saying about like us all putting, even though we have a general goal, like us all putting other styles that we love in there, but in a way that actually fits and sits right in the song.
Yeah.
But I think we all do that. We all do the balance pretty naturally. We don't even know we're doing it, really.
Mm-hmm.
I think Evie adds a lot of it in her drums though as well. She'll have a lot of blast beats in there. I don't know. In like her gothic song, she'll throw in some of her hardcore stuff in there.
Me double bass.
Yeah, double bass.
Me double bass.
Always the double bass,
That
for
was
sure.
the most brummy thing I've ever heard, I think. Sorry, and I'm not even going to try and do a Brummy accent because it's terrible. A northerner trying to do a Brummy accent is just absolutely disgusting. So I'm not going to try it. But yeah, that was the most Brummy thing I think I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So, as we've discussed, we've talked about the EP. Do I have a name for this little
We
taste?
do.
Are we allowed to know the name of this EP?
Yeah, it's called Face Your Fears.
That's what will be the EP title, Face Your
Mhm.
Fears. So, when can we expect possible release?
When we have some more money.
We've got
We
nothing.
have like over half of it is laid down and recorded, and it's literally all done. But it's like touching on another small thing of band life is it's a lot of graft for sometimes not a lot of pay.
Yeah, we can.
A lot of,
Someone was going proper northern there. It's a lot of
we
graft.
have to put in a lot of our own funds into all of our projects, our merch, like whatever it is that we need. But yeah, it can be tough. So it's literally just like we try and take as many opportunities for gigs as we can.
We usually get a lot back from gigs.
Yeah, we do.
Like a decent amount.
Yeah, but it's all like how many you can do without oversaturating yourself as well. So it's a bit of a balance, isn't it? But yeah, we just need a last little push. So as soon as the funds are there, we'll be on the blower to Lewis, going like, right, get down. We've got money for you, so get down and record us.
Take our money.
I'd like to say we could probably have it out December. I'd like to say because. Yeah, it all depends on the availability of our producer as well, of course. But I'd really like to push to get it done by the end of the year. So if not, it will be the very start of next year at a push. But I think with what we have coming up, I think we could probably manage a December maybe.
We'll have another. Oh, sorry, go on, Evie.
Haven't we got like 2 tracks left to record?
Oh
Or 3? 3.
wait, no.
2.
Yeah.
2, yeah.
Yeah, and we got Mortem and Clown done pretty quickly.
No, there's 2 more basically that need to be laid down, but yeah.
So, will there be another release before the EP, or no more until?
No.
No.
Womp womp. So we've just got to make do with 2 tracks, everybody.
For now.
Graceful.
Big fan, but yeah, it literally all comes down to how pricey it is. It's
Yeah, it is. You're not right. Jokes aside, yeah,
crazy.
it's not cheap to run a band. So yeah, big respect for you for doing that, and continue to push as well. So, so what are the long-term goals for Dying Addiction? Where do you see the band in the next few years, or where do you hope to see the band in the next few?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
World domination. World domination.
World domination. Dying Addiction. Household name.
We
Will
take
be every billboard ever. So
No. I would love to, even if it's just a little UK tour or somewhere around England and Wales, like be able to have a solid fan base around the country. Like I would love to venture out and play other places. Maybe like in a few years' time, even doing like a few shows in Europe or America. Or even just having the opportunity to support like one of our dream bands, like one of our inspiration bands. Like it's, I feel like with social media now, it is easy for bands like us to be picked up by people. If you work hard and put yourself out there. So fingers crossed, Kitty, we call for you. Kitty, you're going on the tour too.
God, imagine. There's no way. Imagine.
That would be rather sick, to be fair. Did you not put your name forward for when Wednesday 13 got announced?
We should have.
I knew someone who did and almost got it, but no, I don't. I think at the time we weren't big enough. I don't think
But we were small.
I still don't think we're big enough, but I don't think we had enough material under our belts.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah, I would imagine you just want to play your own songs as opposed to covers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's an
definitely.
opportunity like that, 100%.
We couldn't cover that band's songs at that band's concert. I'm saying.
Yeah, because we do some mad costumes. Imagine we just like we open and we're like, okay, so here's Summertime Suicide, but a shit one, and you're gonna hear the better one later.
Aye.
The tech version first.
Get ready.
There'll be more opportunities though to come. Just, like you say, put yourselves out there, apply. No harm. No,
It'll all
you
pay off.
never know what will happen.
I'd love to do
would you?
Metal to the Masses next year. I
I
think
was-
we'd all love to do Metal to the
Metal to the
Masses.
I was
next year.
just about to ask, would you be applying for Metal to the Masses?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
$1,000,000%, yes.
Would that be the Birmingham area, is it? Or is it-
Yeah. We have enough like OG material now. It really is like it came down to a point of like we needed enough of our own stuff, so we've just got our heads down and we pretty much have an all original set now. So now is the time where we can actually start outreaching for those sorts of things now. But until now we haven't. Yeah.
Get applying for that, because it's a good opportunity, even just to get your name out there. Do you know what I mean? Which you'll stand a good chance, just as like anybody else, of winning the damn thing. So, but even just doing 1 or 2 shows for Metal to the Masses, it gets your name out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, because those posters get flown across the entire country.
Yeah.
All, you know what I mean? We see, Newcastle, I see them anyway. I see the entire countries. And I'd imagine that'll be like the same for other promoters as well.
Yeah.
Other YouTube.
No downside to playing it, literally no downside.
Yeah, there isn't. There isn't, even like I say, even if you didn't get through and you just go do one show, honestly, it's a massive, just to get your name out there.
I think winning Metal to the Masses would be a dream of mine, honestly.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely a dream of mine.
You stand a really fantastic chance, so I would personally do it. Give it all your all at the end of the day. And the judges, the fans, they'll say it, and then I don't know how it works for voting when it comes to the other areas. I can only judge off Newcastle's, but for Newcastle, it's so much fan vote, so much judges as well.
It slims down.
Same as Birmingham, yeah.
Rounds, yeah, it slims down.
Yeah. So we'll go around, drop our tokens in the box, whatever band that we think it is, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if that's the same sort of vibe, and then just play your hearts out, and everyone will say it, then you'll definitely get the votes. One of
our core values is definitely just work your ass off. Like we all will. Yeah. There's not a day where we're not thinking about like what the next thing is, and the next goal. So we've done that. As soon as we've done something, we don't really celebrate. We're just like, okay, yeah, cool. Right, what's next then? Like, we're not comfortable, are we ever?
No, like I think in a sense we are really lucky. In a sense we are really lucky, but I think we also just work super hard. Like as much as I would love to blame it all on luck, since the beginning we have been on it. Since the beginning we were doing regular rehearsals. We'd met for that first rehearsal where we met Steph and everything, and we just didn't stop. Even when we had members who had to leave or we had all those issues, we were straight on finding another one because we were like determined, oh my god, we need to get this gig. We need to do this gig no matter what the circumstances. And I think that is a big reason, again, we've gone so far, is because we just work and work and work and work.
Yeah. Have you had many opportunities to play outside of the Birmingham area yet?
Not really.
We've had mild opportunities, but nothing like we are actively looking, and we do want to get out of the Birmingham scene.
Yeah.
But obviously it can get quite expensive to do that. So
travel, of course.
I'm starting to work out the logistics of it now. I recently came to the decision that I need to learn to drive and get a van, and there's no way around it. So that's next year. That's my goal. So I'm going to get a crap old van, and I'm going to paint it black, put Dine Addiction on it, and I'm going to...
Loaded diaper.
I was about to say that. Loaded diaper. No, actually, School of Rock van.
School of Rock van. There we go. That's what we're doing.
So then we'll be more kitted out to travel, and like...
I mean, it might be a bit much on the nose, like, get a hearse.
No, I would...
Oh my god. Yes.
Storage space. Well, in those.
That would be insane.
They're
very... I picture Steph driving around Birmingham in a hearse.
Oh my god, yeah. I wouldn't care, like, I'd just feel like, yeah.
With Dine Addiction on it, carrying all your gear as well. I'm sure you can put additional seats in there at the back as well, and still fit all of the Dine Addiction gear on top of that as well. So that would be an amazing tour van.
Oh, if you've done something now, the same price as a van, a second-hand van, and if it's not that much different, we're getting a hearse, girls. Sorted.
Yes.
Do it.
We'd be like fighting over who gets to go in the coffin, like fully in it, and like
we are such stereotypical goths. It's insane. It's crazy. We are the blueprint.
Especially me and Chloe. Like Evie's like definitely got like elements of it for sure, but like Evie loves metalcore. She's a metalcore girly, and then Soph loves goth as well, but she's like very emo. Whereas me and Cloth literally shit. Me and Chloe. Me and Chloe literally shit bats. Like we're the epitome of the stereotype.
Bluff.
Sorry.
New nickname.
Do you know how the stage name? That's your stage name, Chloe.
Bluff.
Well, Evie already calls me Clog, or I've got Orgbor. I do need a stage name if anyone's got any suggestions.
Yeah. Cloth now. Cloth now.
God.
When I do the intro to this for YouTube, I'm going to sit down with Cloth. I'm sorry.
I'm alright with it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. There could be worse. There could be worse nicknames out there. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
I know.
Yeah,
Yes, Evie knows. Evie
With her
knows
million
all will tell well. Are there any specific venues or festivals that you'd like to play? We've already discussed.
Bloodstock.
I was just about to say Bloodstock.
Download.
Download.
Download would be insane. Oh my god.
We're thinking way ahead, but like Sydney World, Rockville.
Yeah.
Hellfest. Rock and Rang.
Yeah.
All the whole.
Everywhere, really.
Everything.
All
We want
the
to play
big ones.
everything.
Everything
I want
ever.
to get on like smaller ones as well, like
2000 Trees, yeah.
Slam Dunk and that, like out.
Yeah.
But they're more like, I don't know if it really.
Mira Luna. That'd be cool.
What about Arctangent?
Yeah. Everything.
Arctangent's pretty sick.
Yeah, we just want to play everywhere, really.
I want to do everything.
Everything.
We'll just take literally anything we can get.
And you never know. Get Heavy Festival. Still looking for 8 bands. You've
We'll
never.
do it.
If you've never played. If you're still looking to play the tune.
Yeah,
also-
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've already said yes.
No. I'll have to discuss it with my partners, of course. But
Please do.
I will. I will.
Taking the offer, there's no turning back now.
I will discuss this with our brother in arms, Mr. Payne, and we'll discuss this.
Hi, Mr. Payne.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Payne.
Pain.
Yes.
Wow.
But you've got to turn up in that hair, so.
We will.
Okay,
We'll do it.
done.
Okay.
Done.
We're already looking.
And yeah, in your intro, when you got someone's got to come out the coffin and then wise up as you come on stage. That'd be pleased.
Can I be in the coffin?
It does make sense because you're the littlest as well, so you'll fit in any size.
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
Oi, found out.
You can get.
I grew. I grew today.
It's already happening, guys.
I'm sure you did.
You're already searching.
He's already doing it.
That's brilliant.
Oh, it's a pre-owned for $3.5 grand. That's pretty good.
That's
know?
all right.
$3.5 grand. That's
Put a bid on
fucking.
it.
That's cheaper than
Yeah,
my
put a
fucking.
bid on it.
I can afford to
eBay
bid
for
like
her.
100 quid for now, just to hold
Bid,
it.
£3, maybe tenner.
I've got maybe a button and a penny. You can
Okay,
have that.
Evie, what have you got to contribute to the bid?
I got a Killstar Bear.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I'll,
Whatever that 30 quid this was.
Oh my god, it's in the West Midlands. Oh,
I'll check a file.
Do it.
no,
Or-
it's actually in the
No,
Midlands
we
as
need to
well.
put all of the House of Horrors money towards that, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Fuck
All
getting
of our
the
merch
EP out.
profit. all
Fuck
of our
the EP.
merch
We're getting a hearse.
What have I started?
I know.
You started something.
Sorry.
No.
Because once we've got a hearse, we can start Dynamic taxi service.
Mm.
For real. Let's
Ah.
pick up goths and emos.
Yeah. Black and purple. I think it'll look sick.
Yes.
Damn right. I
People
was
can
thinking.
hire out the hearse for gigs.
Exactly.
Transportation.
There's so many side hustles we could have as well. It'd pay for itself in a few months.
You can turn it into a food thing.
Yeah.
Get a bear on that.
Oh my god, that's so
My
smart.
husband's a chef and he does like street food pop-ups, and he could like do like some sort of weird concept out of the back of the hearse for sure.
Dynamic.
Like Death by Tacos or something like that, or
I'm gonna have to remove this section because can I have people nicking this idea? Like,
Yeah, that's it.
You can't have people stealing this.
We're going to
Black
patent
taco.
it.
copyrighted right now. No one, anyone watching back, it's copyrighted.
Absolutely
Addiction's
no one
idea.
can
If anyone nicks it, we'll kick your ass.
I can't
Exactly.
believe I've actually found one for like that good, and then it's in the Midlands. That's just ridiculous.
What's the odds? It's like a
Why?
falling really, isn't it? So back on just
We've gone
topics
so
beef
off track.
beef because we're getting
Yeah.
off because as we're getting off topic. So and we're getting relatively close to the end.
Yeah.
Before we do though, as you are an all-female band, which is I can't tell you an absolute amazing inspiration because there's not enough of yous out there. We need more. Like I said, there's very little. We've got Nervosa, Kitty, yourselves. Do you know what I mean? We need more all-female metal bands out there. So, what advice would you give to any aspiring female musicians?
Put yourself out there. Like, don't be afraid. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because the scene and this industry is more saturated with males doesn't mean you can't do it. Like,
Exactly.
I do get why there's probably some hesitation, but
yeah,
you just have to find it. You just have to find it inside and just get all your like all your rage at all the any prejudice that's there, and you just have to fuck it all into. Sorry, you just have to put it all into songwriting and like your performance and like the whole passion of your band. I do get why it's a thing, but like just ignore it. Ignore all the voices. Ignore them. Like, you know.
Ignore haters.
Prove them
Yeah.
wrong.
Fuck
Prove them
haters.
wrong.
I've had some of that already, you know. We've already
only recently, we started getting our
What?
first bit of hate.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that means
Oh, yeah.
we're out there enough that we're getting hate. So you can only see it as a good thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Still, I don't like to say it. You know what I mean? It's one of the things that I personally try to avoid, because it's just this is why I avoid social media and as a whole as best as I can, because
It can be so toxic. It's crazy.
Yeah.
it's an unreal one. It's absolutely unreal.
Yeah.
We sort of like have a little bitch about it, you know, when we see like things being written about us or people like trying to drag us down. We have a little bit of a, oh, that sucks, you know, in our group chat, which is like we're in all the time.
I was just, how do you handle it? Because it must be hard.
Yeah. We have like a little bit of a chat about it, and then we all kind of say, oh, that sucks and how we're feeling. And then I think we just let it fuel us, don't we? And we just...
Yeah.
It makes us do better.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, we've always kind of got a I'm going to prove you wrong sort of mentality. So if you're going to say this about us, then we're just going to be us, but 10 times better. You know what I mean?
Well,
we're always going to prove them wrong.
I'm going to say this. If anyone who's watching this back, don't be a fucking cunt, right? Because people don't deserve it at the end of the day. Let the losses express themselves how they want to express themselves, and just let them play some fucking music for it. What's wrong with that? Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So keep doing what you're doing, girls.
Thank you.
I wish you nothing but luck, and go up and up and up, and you achieve your goals and what you want to do with the band. And hopefully we'll see you obviously in the tune some point soon.
Aye.
Look at that. See, if you need a rapper, I'm telling you. See, there. See you in the tune soon. I'm fucking shit, but obviously Devon Hire isn't. So, time for a little bit of a fun, bit of a challenge for you girls. Are you feeling adventurous?
Yeah, let's go.
Always.
Excellent. Right, so as you know, I'm from a little part of the UK, Carl. Newcastle upon Tyne. We've got a very distinct accent, as you probably can tell.
Yeah.
Aye.
So, what Carl, see, the eyes are coming out. So, you know that we're Carl Geordies, being from the UK yourselves. So, I'll not go too much into the origin stories of the Geordie, but I've got 7 phrases in our Geordie lingo, and you've got to try and guess what they may mean in standard English, or maybe in Brummie if you wish.
Alright.
Brummie.
So he's
Brummie.
Are you willing to give it a try?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Champion. Right then. So number 1, purely belter. And
Purely belter.
If you need it in a sentence, I can happy to.
Please do a sentence.
Can we have it in a sentence, please?
That Dying Addiction band is purely belter.
Oh, it's just
Very
amazing.
Like banging, right?
There we go. Really good.
Boston.
Yeah.
Thanks. Boston.
What? Right.
Blooming Boston, are you?
There you go. Evie's got it.
Never heard of that one. Oh, I know quite.
Evie's from here and she didn't know Boston
Yeah,
until me and Sophie started saying it. We had to teach her what Boston meant.
No, I've never heard of it either. So you're not the only one, Evie. To be honest with you, I've got an ex from Wolverhampton, and I've never heard of it. So
No way.
right, number 2. So, but I must point out as well, no one's getting 7 out of 7. Highest is 6. So can you achieve it?
Well,
So far you've smashed it. So number 2, clamming for me bait.
What?
I'm clamming for me bait.
Is that the sentence?
Or looking for something.
Yeah, so if
Hungry.
I'm yes.
Oh,
There we go. I was just about to give the sentence, and so it
I knew it.
just about to give the sentence. Hungry, aye.
Hungry.
So, yeah, you about to go into a gig. Your mate's too busy talking away or whatever. Oh, man, I'm clamming for me bait.
Oh, wait, man. I love that phrase.
What? Oh, wait, man.
Yeah, I love
I'm gonna have to steal that, I think.
What?
I do it all the time, but to myself.
Oh, in your head.
In my head.
Oh, 2 for 2
There you
on
go.
a roll. Right. Number 3. I'm gone, yeah?
He put it in a sentence.
So,
Crazy.
after that dying addiction gig, I'm gone, yeah?
Tired.
Tired.
Yeah. Oh no.
Close, kind of.
Because I was thinking it's like our equivalent to knackered. Like,
I'm gone, yeah?
Going
Shock.
home.
Yes, gone home.
Yes, so.
Hey, I know it.
I'm going home. It's normally what you do after a gig, innit? You might go into a pizza shop or whatever, but normally you gone, yeah.
Jan.
Lovely.
Aye. Great. He could be the first one to get 7 here. So, number 4. He was gone proper Raj.
He was
Proper
what?
angry.
Raj.
Raging.
Fucking hell, Sophie.
raging.
Aye,
Yeah.
Sophie got it right.
That reminds me of like when we say Larry, like getting
Right.
proper Larry.
Getting proper Larry. Alright, no, he's getting proper Raj. So, like, at that dying addiction gig, he was getting proper fucking Raj in the pit, like. Really?
Wow.
Killing it.
Oh, number 6. Oh, sorry, 5. Sorry, my apologies, getting ahead of myself. So, fuck's sake. I hate saying this one because everyone thinks I'm saying something else, but I'm
Okay.
not. Okay? So many
Okay.
people think I'm saying something else, but I'm not. Gizzardeeks.
Is
Is it like give
And
the
I'm not.
Details. Like the
yeah,
information.
details? Give us the details.
What's the info? What's, you know?
What's cracking?
Yeah, like what's the cracking?
Kind of close on the details, but
What's it in a sentence? Is that the sentence?
no, that wasn't a sentence. So, Gizzardeeks of that lineup.
Like, tell me about it. Like,
Yeah, tell me.
what's on
Like,
it?
tell us.
I feel like we're just circling it, but we're not.
Yeah, I
really-
feel like
Gives the.
Is deep to that line.
It seems like it would be details, but
like
Yeah.
what's the information on that?
So, like, if someone's playing on their phone, oh, Dying Addiction's just announced a tour. Who's supporting? Oh, Gizzardeeks.
Give us a look.
There we go.
There we go.
Go on.
Can I have a look?
Oh,
So yeah, you see, your mate's playing on their phone. Dying Addiction's just now to show. Oh, give us a look. There you go.
Yes.
Right. Oh. So, with number 6, I think we're on now. Howe.
How are ya?
how are you?
No. It means like, do you know how we say like allow it, like
Calm.
I don't know, like not really calm down. It's like I don't know how. All I can say is what it is in my slang,
Loud.
but I know what it
loud.
means. Like allow it,
Stop it.
Like sort it
stop
out.
it, sort it, whatever. It's just like it's kind of like a passing phrase. Like I don't know how to word it in English language.
It normally depends on the tone. Normally, so
Exactly,
if
it's like in the tone.
yeah, so if we're going to and go and watch Newcastle play, for example, you'll go and how are the lads?
Is it like come on lads?
Like, come on.
Yeah,
Go on.
let's go, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are the lads? Where the tune? Yeah, I mean, just,
We're so good at this.
but the other one could be, oh, for fuck's sake, how man? I'm in a bush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
It's both ways.
it does. So it just depends on the tone. So, 6, yeah. I think you could be the first.
Come on.
We can do it.
Yeah,
We can do
the
it.
last one's the fucking easiest one. So
No way.
Yeah.
I think we can crown you
We've
as.
cracked it.
Look, I'm gonna have to change these. I'll would nuke since we have to crown you as the 2024 Joy Challenge champions. So last one. Hour of the Moon.
I missed
That's the
that.
easiest one.
And again.
Hour of the Moon.
How are ya?
Yeah, how are you?
No.
If you just needed it in a.
Can we have it in a sentence,
Yeah,
please?
Oh, so when your new EP drops, for example. So I was Hour of the Moon with that new Dying Addiction EP.
Over the moon.
There we go.
Like,
So
very happy.
Okay, that was the easiest one.
just
Actually, the champions.
you are the champions. You 7 out of 7.
Cracked
There
it.
we go. Out of all the bands who have taken on the Joy Challenge this year, you are the only band that gets 7 out of 7.
There's Geordies now.
You are honorary Geordies.
Fight Geordies.
Yeah. So if you ever play the tune, I expect full Geordie dialect from you.
Absolutely. We'll pull up in the hearse.
You
Yeah.
have to paint it black and white though.
Yeah, of course.
Got to be painted black and white.
Step out the hearse going, why aye?
When you press the horn.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sick.
Can you do a decent Geordie?
Probably
Accent?
not. No. I can go like Sheffield Leeds way, but I don't think I can go like.
I
Well,
was going to ask you to say
I
like,
tried doing a northern accent and I just went Welsh instead, so I'm not trying
Yeah,
that
just
again.
go Welsh. I think that was my fault though, to be honest.
How northern did you try? Did you go in Scotland? Did you? Or?
Just tried talking like a northern person and I just sounded pure Welsh.
It goes really well.
The thing is though, you got to remember Manchester's considered north as well. So
I know.
Yeah, but I don't know what I was going for. I was just trying and it didn't work, so I didn't try it again.
even though
I can do just about up to like Leeds, Sheffield, like
that's more Yorkshire, you were, yeah.
yeah. I can bet like I can't do anything close to Sunderland and that. I don't-
Wait, that's it. This is getting ended. You mentioned Sunderland.
Yeah, get it out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's alright. Yes. So 7 out of 7. Hey, glasses, you fucking smashed it. Honorary Geordies, no. So my next question is. Well, mine went completely blank.
It's because we're really hard to deal with.
No,
This is why we have very specific people that we work with that we can't let go of because they're the only people who can handle
only
us.
put up with us.
Yeah.
You've already done an interview, didn't you?
Yeah, we've done a
Yeah.
few.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah. I remember Chloe mentioned on a live TikTok that you'd done an interview on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were all as off the rails, if not more than this one.
What was that?
Yeah. They were all a bit insane.
They were a bit insane.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, we were on the interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
It
We
was all
always
tons of
are.
jokes.
They were just putting up with us, honestly.
Yeah, we're difficult to work with, but not because we're rude or mean, but
We just
because
don't
we're a bit
stop
to
talking.
ourselves. We're unapologetically ourselves all the time.
Yeah.
So,
But also we've got various kinds of tisms and ADHDs and everything running.
oh
through
yeah.
as well, so yeah.
I think don't think you can be in a metal band without them. To be fair, let's be honest with you.
That's so true. You can't
Yeah.
be a musician and not be somewhere on the spectrum, let's be honest.
100%. 100% can't agree more. So, girls, anything that you wish to plug before we call it an evening?
The Halloween gig, right?
Oh,
Yeah, the Halloween gig.
So, I mean, I know that like a great deal of your viewers may be northerners like yourself, but there's definitely gonna be some people
You'd be
that-
surprised that actually the majority of my live audience is coming from the States.
Oh,
Oh well,
that doesn't help at all.
not in this situation, but we're going to tell you anyway.
Thank you.
Because there's going to be some Midlands people like that are going to watch this. Come to our Halloween gig. We're putting on a Halloween event. It's a big deal. Like, it's probably the biggest thing we've ever organised. It's not just a gig. Like, we have a lot going on. We have like horror drag artists, hosting the whole evening, doing a performance.
Yeah.
It's all like Halloween fancy dress. We have limited edition merch. We have a killer lineup of bands. And it's in one of like the best like rock pubs, like an institution of Birmingham and Scruffy Murphy's. So anyone that's like in or around the Midlands, like it's going to be like one of the, we think, because we're putting so much effort into it, and there's surprises like that are going to happen on stage. There's all sorts of crap. We think it's going to be we just wanted to give people a really cool option for Halloween, like to come to a gig, but you also get an awful lot more, you know, like it's a lot to enjoy on that night. So yeah, we're really proud of it. So if anyone's around, please come down. You'll love it.
Yeah, man. So whereabouts is that?
It's in Scruffy Murphy's in Birmingham City Centre.
Yeah.
And it's on the 1st of November, Friday 1st. So it's just after Halloween, but Halloween is very much still alive, you know, like it's very much still in that, you know.
Friday night, get down.
Yeah.
Please come.
Get yourselves down. Support the lasses. I'll take it you are headlining, yeah?
Yeah.
Any other bands on any other bands on the bill?
Oh hell yeah. So we have Equinox, Amethyst, and Crucible. All absolutely stunning bands doing great things in the Midlands. So like you just can't lose really. Like we've picked a killer lineup for you.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Excellent. Pleased to hear it. And where can we find Dying Addiction on the socials? What socials are on?
Everywhere.
We're on everything, but like the thing that we are the most like active on is like Instagram, which is Dying Addiction _band. But you know, you'll find our link tree there, and then that will take you to Spotify and all the other streaming services to listen to music. It'll take you to YouTube, where we post some like making of videos and our music videos when they're available, when they come out and stuff. So yeah, basically Instagram's the hub really, and you've got the link tree there for everything else you might want to check out.
Sweet. And who is best to contact for any potential gigs in the future?
Oh, you can, I mean, either email us, or DM on Instagram, and one of us will pick it up. Yeah, but we're very responsive to messages and emails, so like you can't really go wrong. We'll see you. You know, if you directly come to us, we'll see you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Pleased to hear it. What's the email, if you don't mind asking, just so anyone who is watching us back as a promoter, so they can reach out.
DyingAddictionBand@gmail.com.
There we go. Just in case any promoters or anyone out there wants to reach out to the band and maybe book them for a potential gig in the future.
Yes, please.
Let's get these girls some love and get them on some more shows outside of the Brummie area, of course.
Exactly. Yeah, we're really wanting to travel now, so.
That is it. That's what it's all about. Right then. So we like to end all our interviews with this: the rules of the pit are the rules for life. When someone falls, pick them up.
Love that. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, girls. It's been great chatting with you, and we'll see you really soon.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having us.